Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. A fact that makes your brain go? Tinder is trying to rebrand itself because, according to polls, and they would know better than anybody, I guess, Gen Zers are not having as much sex and not using the app as much. And you think about Tinder, and I go, God, it's probably 12, 13 years ago now. I'm thinking that I was, the first dating app you're getting on was probably like Tinder. I met my wife on Match, and I know a lot of people use, every time I ask somebody how they met today, it's Hinge. Does that sound about right, Kenzie? Or does you people the same way?
I don't, honestly, I do feel like people are using dating apps less. I've met so many people lately. Just any of my single friends are like, I decided to delete all my apps. I'm just done with that. Like, hasn't worked out for them. They want to meet somebody organically. I've had a lot of people in my life decide to delete dating apps lately.
Like you were at a wedding over the weekend. Do you know how they met? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was a long story. He was a
Tinder.
Harlem Globetrotter.
He was a Harlem Globetrotter?
Yeah.
Why didn't you put this in your show prep?
And he still works for them. And they met because she does media, and he was a Harlem Globetrotter. And I think she accidentally dropped a hot dog on him while he was working. It was like a whole thing.
Is that how you do it today?
You joined the Globetrotter.
So, this is curious. So when you're a Harlem Globetrotter and you can't Globetrot anymore, you can get in the management of Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, you can be on the PR side. You can move. You can be in the office.
Even though your skill set is, spinning and doing crazy stunts.
He's been with them for so long that he goes, I think for my 10-year anniversary, I'll probably trot again that year. I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool.
At the wedding, did he do basketball tricks?
No, but there was a lot of basketball players at the wedding.
Fun.
Basketball players are good, but some tricks would have been nice.
I know. Come on. Give me a show.
Well, he's also, this is insane, you guys. This is unhinged. He's also
not hinged, but
an
unhinged.
actual artist who has exhibits that are displayed in huge museums across the world. And his thing is taking basketballs, shoes, and sports equipment and making portraits out of them. And so what was displayed at the wedding is the collection he made of her out of all these different I'm like, this is made out of 8,000 shoelaces, and it's pictures of her and stuff.
It'll look good?
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
I didn't mean that demeaning. I was trying to figure out shoelaces with it.
Yeah, they look. It looks legit. It's unbelievable. He can do a lot of stuff.
Well, we learned a lot about that.
Yeah,
they met because she dropped a hot dog on his head.
She dropped a hot dog on him while he was trotting. She was doing media. It was a whole thing.
I don't know if Tinder is still a thing right now. Currently, I know. Again, I hear people still meeting a lot with Hinge.
Well, that's how I met my girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't hear people say they meet on Tinder or even hook up on Tinder anymore, which might be the problem.
You were a dating app guy. Was Hinge your favorite one?
Oh, yeah. Because I was on dating apps for a few years, and I never got a date out of Tinder. Tinder's not an app that I felt welcome on. Bumble, I would meet people. It wouldn't really go anywhere. But once I got on Hinge and grew a mustache, I got a bunch of dates. Hinge was where I started meeting people. It was nice.
You're a player on Hinge, if you will.
I wasn't a player. I just crushed a lot.
Hinge,
I was doing okay.
I can't remember. Is Hinge where I know Bumble, the woman is in charge of communication.
Hell
basically.
yeah.
In Hinge, is it similar?
You can be a guy message first. Hinge,
What's different about Hinge? Why is it better than Tinder?
That's kind of what I was trying to get to. Yeah.
Well, Tinder, you're not there to have a long-term connection. Tinder is set up to, do you like the way this person looks? Yes or no. Swipe left or swipe right. Hinge is obviously constructed in a similar way where physical attraction, of course, does matter. But Hinge, I felt like the prompts and the way that app was set up, you could learn a little bit more about the person just based off of their profile and have something to talk about when that person messaged you.
Boring.
Well, you asked me the question.
No, not your answer. Just give me the bikini pictures so I can hook up, man.
I was looking for a nice woman in a cardigan or a blazer or slacks or something like that, and I found that.
Were those her pictures? She chose a blazer.
Some business casual. I love business casual. You know me. There's the trend on TikTok, Kenzie, I'm sure you've seen this, where girlfriends have their boyfriends pull up their Instagram Explore page trying to catch them with women in bikinis and things like that. That's not my Instagram Explore page. But women doing how to dress in the office, the way to maximize your business casual wardrobe, those ladies get me. I get sucked into those.
Well, I'm not saying this is something I have seeked out on the algorithm of my Instagram Reels.
Okay.
I did not seek this out. But there is, and Kenzie, you tell me if you've seen this as well, there is a big OnlyFans Reels tease of at the office. Meaning it's an OnlyFans girl with a really provocative, cool, sexy, good office outfit. And then it goes to an office and it leads to something nefarious.
It sounds like you watched it in its entirety, Brian.
No, I didn't watch it at all. I did not watch it.
I like that he began that with Kenzie. Have you seen this?
Well, I thought maybe it came across her feed too.
No.
And something nefarious is leading, and then it's teasing you to go to their OnlyFans page and see what happens in their office sexual sexcapade, if you will.
To be clear, the videos that I like start and end with watch me get ready to go to the office and do my job. They're not OnlyFans women. They're women that know how to dress in business casual, and I like that.
It's not the office siren bullcrap. The people are like, if I worked in an office, I'd wear this tube top and fishnets. It's like, well, really, you can't.
It's not that. No, the women that I like, they know what to do with a blazer.
I like a blazer on a woman.
Hell yeah.
I love that look.
Brian's like, which is nothing under it, just puts the blazer. I love it.
Yeah, with nothing under it. Then it leads me to this
And then it
nefarious
gives you that
sexcapade.
flashing thing. I love it.
Well, you just work up to that. Just give me a little romance at least.
Okay.
Okay, so Tinder is going to change to rebrand itself because it's failing miserably now. What do you think they could be doing, Kenzie, to get better in the Gen Z world, cases world, of people not having sex apparently anymore if you're, 18 to 25?
What do you think the apps could be doing better?
Well, they're going to do something to change it. They are going to do something to get better, and because they realize they're losing market share. So they're going to do something. They're going to make a change. Tinder's
so they're trying to make people like hornier.
Basically.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Or what do you think they can
You
make
have to like eat an oyster before you log on.
Okay, that's fair. They have an
Like
oyster
some type of
login.
food.
Instead of a face ID, you have to show your oyster empty shell.
Are oysters aphrodisiacs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Sorry.
that's what they say. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think it's because the slurping.
I did not get any last time I had oysters.
And you have a girlfriend.
I know.
It's not good. Not good.
Says something about me, I guess.
Maybe you're not slurping right.
I mean, they're aphrodisiacs. They're not miracle workers.
Yeah, you have to do something. You can't just sit there and eat an
Calm
oyster.
down. The oyster's like, give me a break, dude.
You can't sit there naked with eat an oyster in your mouth and go, this is going to be great.
This is going to be awesome.
She's obviously just going to jump this.
So what do you think Tinder could do to get better, Case, in that world of getting people more horny?
I think they're going to start allowing nudity. So when you see the girl dressed in the office clothing that has an OnlyFans link, they're just going to show you the video on Tinder now.
Just a naked chick.
Yeah, they're going full nudity.
All right, I like it. Well, we'll find out in 3 minutes what Tinder's doing. And I'd be curious who's on what app. Somebody said they met on AOL Instant Messenger. Dan checked in at 7:08. All right. However it works.
Adorable.
Yeah. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. And Tinder has to make some huge changes because Gen Zers, quote from their CEO, don't have as much sex. So they're going to make some changes to somehow embrace this, the new world, because Tinder does seem like it's a good 15 years old now at this point. And we got a lot of people checking in, still using apps. My husband and I met on Match in 2002 before it was even socially acceptable. We got engaged 3 months later, married 22 years. Me and Megan next week, 4 years. 4 years coming up on. Holy crap.
That's congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. Kenzie, going to congratulate me like Case did or no?
Oh, way to go.
Way to go. Here's Kenzie's thoughts on marriage. Kenzie thinks that they're going to add an oyster login somehow where you have to slurp an oyster before you go in to get people horny before they get on Tinder.
Add some aphrodisiacs.
Yep. Case said, what did you say?
Full nudity.
Full nudity. Just girls, you just have to take off all your clothes before you log in.
You don't have to, but you can if you want to.
Yeah. Both of those are wrong. And here's what they're going to try to do. The CEO of Tinder said casual date apps are going to focus on that as opposed to its reputation of, quote, hookups. A whopping 85% say they don't use Tinder because of its reputation for hookups. So 85% of people they surveyed, I'm not getting on there. It's just people trying to hook up. And Of course, aren't we all just trying to hook up? I mean, that's what it's all about.
Obviously not, as they're struggling.
But
You're literally looking at statistics that say otherwise. Literally.
yeah, but I think people are lying there. I don't think that's true because why are
It's
we on
true.
Earth? Aren't we on Earth to hook up?
No, I think some people would like to find somebody who doesn't just want to ride them and leave. It's like annoying.
I'd like to do a poll on that. Are you here just to get ridden and leave? Here's the actual words from the CEO talking about why they're changing and how they're doing it and what they're going to do because of the situation of Case's generation, the Gen
This is a generation that experiences a loneliness epidemic. They've been online for the last couple of years. Even when they're not online, they're still online because they're looking at their phones constantly. And so this is a generation that needs IRL, in real life connections. And companies like Tinder can help provide that if we provide them with the types of products that they're looking for. Looking at a photo and judging it, that is cringy for a lot of Gen Z people. Like it makes them feel bad about themselves to look at a photo and say thumbs up, thumbs down.
Case, did you feel bad about looking at that girl in the blazer and putting a thumbs up, thumbs down since that's your generation?
I feel bad about the thoughts that people have when they look at me on Tinder. That's the problem. Is there's not nobody's ever looked at me and been like, I am gonna hook up with that guy tonight. It's not
Ride and leave.
I'm gonna ride and leave. I'm not a ride and leave kind of guy.
Now, Kenzie got the super likes hitting her from
Yeah.
Tinder. Like a
Yeah.
lot of them, right?
No, I only had Tinder for one night. It was after I got cheated on. I downloaded it, and then I just got liked by a bunch of people, and then I deleted it because I felt better after getting cheated on. But apparently you can super like people, so that felt good.
They would give you a free super like. I remember this because I got one of them, and I was very careful with who I super like, thinking it was going to actually work since no one's ever gotten back to me ever on Tinder when I was dating. And I said, oh, this is somebody this is in the realm of someone that if it gets a super like, they're going to be happy to get one.
They're
from
gonna
me.
want to hook up.
And they did not. They did not even. I never had one date from Tinder.
So, and honestly, it was such a bad night. Like, I felt better. I was like, okay, I'm pretty. But what happened was I was on it, and I was with my roommate, right? My friend, who was my roommate, and we're swiping, and her boyfriend showed up. And she went, oh, my God. And she's like, match with him. See if he also liked you. I go, I don't want to play this game. This is very dangerous. I am not going to like him.
I'm not Jason Bourne. Leave me alone.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
We were talking about how Tinder, our fact that makes your brain go, Gen Zers are not wanting to hook up anymore. They don't want to look at a picture and rate it hot or not. They don't want to do that. So Tinder's changing how they do it. One of the things they're trying to encourage with the app they're going to update is double dating. You know, doing that. I don't know if that even seems fun, the first date, and casual hangouts. That kind of thing, too. Like, let's all go hang
Double
out.
dating on the first date?
That's what they're trying to encourage, I guess, because it makes things comfortable. You know, there's a group. You're not
No,
alone
there's
there.
3 people you don't know.
That's right.
I don't want to go on a double date with people I do know.
Oh, this is just getting worse by the second.
Guys,
There's more people
that
here.
sounds bad.
That's what they're going to try. And casual dating. They're going to probably remove.
But isn't that just hooking up? What is casual dating?
Or
They're not grasping the fact that casual to Gen Z means hookup. And they're like, we're getting away from hookup culture. Now it's casual dating. It's the same thing.
Yeah, they want to get away from casual hooking up. And like you said, you put them together there. And so everybody wants to hook up. Who doesn't want to hook up? Come on.
So there's a lot of people who don't want to just hook up.
Well, I mean, eventually you want to find your person. But at the same time, if you go out with somebody, you want to hook up. Am I alone here on an island? What the hell?
No, I don't want to hook up with somebody that I'm not interested in ever seeing again.
Well, that's
usually
different.
Not my goal.
I'm saying it's your choice. It's your choice but generally you want to hook up.
No,
generally.
he's completely. Every time somebody disagrees, he just ignores it. Goes, well, everybody does.
Yeah. Okay, forgetting Kenzie for a second. Everybody else does. Case one, you don't want to hook up, Brad? Man, be my man here for a second.
I've never been in a situation where I've had the opportunity to do like a one night hookup. Now, I once dated a recovering sex addict, and we did sleep together on the first date. But that wasn't hooking up because I didn't know we were going to sleep together when we got together.
Well, that's what happens all the time. You don't know. You're trying.
Wait, what does that even mean? You didn't know you were going to sleep together when you got together?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
who does know that?
But I wasn't planning on it.
Well, most time you're not
so
planning
she
on it.
attacked you.
A
She
little
took
bit.
your innocence.
A little bit. And then she called me the next day and she was like, hey, I'm a recovering sex addict. I have this thing where I keep on sleeping with guys on the first date. And I was like, okay, well, it worked out for me.
How do you feel about sleeping with guys on the second date?
She goes, not so much with you.
Somebody once, I was telling that story about how I was dating somebody that was in recovery and how we slept together on the first date. And they asked me, they go, well, did you think it was a red flag when she slept with you on the first date? And my response to that was, no, I just thought I was crushing it.
Yeah, of course.
And then it turns out that no, she had a problem.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. It's fine.
Well, it was for her. It was.
Brian, it's not a problem. Everybody wants to do what she's doing. It's not a problem.
Your addiction is not an illness. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Some people texted in. We asked about how people are meeting today generally because Tinder is losing the Gen Zers, allegedly, the people up to 26, 27 years old in that range. And we had some interesting responses. Kim checked in from the 419, 52 years old. She says, I've gotten a lot of action, capitalizing a lot off Facebook dating.
Oh.
I could see that.
I know a couple that got together for that because it like tagged posts from friends. Like, wait, who's that? It's kind of like when you showed up to like a friend's party and you'd be like, well, who's that friend? I never met that friend. Now it's just like Facebook pictures.
That happens, but there also is a Facebook dating. There's, yeah, they kind of have their own section now.
Do you guys not get notifications from Facebook dating even though you're not signed up for it? Because I've had to get out in front of this with my girlfriend and be like, hey, here's the deal. I don't know why Facebook dating wants me to join so bad. Sometimes I log on to Facebook and I have a notification from Facebook dating, but the notification is saying, hey, you should join. You should get on this.
So much so I don't have that. Like, to the point where I didn't know Facebook dating existed.
Okay, all right, good to know. Maybe it's a big problem.
If you open your Facebook app on your phone, you won't see it in the first 8 buttons, but if you hit see more, Facebook dating comes up in there.
I don't have See More. I have Friends, Video, Marketplace, Notifications, Me.
If you have, like, go to the, I don't know if the part that has your name on top. Like
your profile picture, bottom right corner. Click on that.
Yeah, profile. Yeah.
Do you see, it says groups, memories, saved video, Marketplace, Friends, feeds, dating.
Oh, Seymour there.
There's the Seymour. Seymour Johnson. In your Facebook, sliding into your Facebook.
I have so many things before Facebook dating. I have crisis response listed before dating.
Well, it knows you.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, also, in
The algorithm
fairness,
is working. Okay.
you're a real piece of work. But listen, but also, I wonder, like, Brian and I are, like, we're married on Facebook.
Correct.
So I wonder, because do you have a relationship status at all?
I don't. I only believe in updating your relationship status once you get engaged. I think
Well, you'll probably stop getting ads for Facebook dating once you do that.
that would help. But what am I going to do? Say on Facebook that I'm dating? That's weird.
No, you could say that you're in a relationship with somebody.
But I don't even like, because when you change your profile picture on Facebook, it posts that to people's feeds. Like, I want people to see that I changed my profile picture. I don't like that. I don't need a response 2.5 years after I started dating my girlfriend. Like,
You can delete that. You can
how
change
to.
it with no post.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, likely story. Now you sound like a cheater.
Yeah, it does sound like a cheater.
We just don't know how.
I can't do it.
Oh my God.
I would
spiraled quickly.
I would love to see the response from your lady when you put in a relationship 2.5 years later.
I'm finally going to take it seriously.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, yesterday we talked about the president of France. This video that came across your timeline, you can see it on our socials, of the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, who was getting off a plane in Vietnam. And as the aircraft door opened, President Macron is seen turning toward his wife, Brigitte, or Bridget. I'm not sure. Brigitte?
I think it's Brigitte.
If it's French, it's Brigitte, probably.
It is.
In an unexpected moment, she pushes him in the face. Our listeners called that a mush in the face, but it's a
mush.
Yeah, mush, le mush.
Mush.
Le mush.
Le mush.
And then Emmanuel then steps closer to Brigitte before composing himself, crossing to the other side. Moments later, he signals for her to follow with him. Let's go. He thanks the pilot and waves to the cameras, trying to recover the public-facing image. But at the top of the stairs, things got icy. As he offers his arm, she ignores it, choosing to cling to the railing instead.
Yeah, she looked. He like was camera ready after that, like, hey, like little finger guns, happy. And she was pissed the whole time. She didn't change.
Yeah, as she pauses, she appears to mutter something. And this is what we'll do. We're going to do the translation. So a lip reader looked at the video and translated what was going on in the conversation, the very brief conversation that was said after that whole fiasco, the le mouche to the face.
So not only a lip reader, but somebody that can speak French and English.
Yeah.
So you're going to do the lip reading in French, and then we have the translations for what that means as well.
And just before we get there, Kenzie thinks what happened was they were taking a nice selfie like, hey, in Vietnam.
In Vietnam.
And when they were holding the phone, that little message dropped on top. Possibly somebody saying that said, don't answer. Thanks
Someone's
for
like, you here yet? And she's like, who the hell's that? We haven't even posted our picture. Who is that? Who? Mush.
That would qualify for a lamouche to the face. Are you here yet? Someone, first off, before we even do the translation, that was a great thought there, Kenzie, that there's some woman in a Vietnam hotel room waiting for the French president. He gets to sneak out. He's the president of France.
Right.
He still has to sneak out to another room where he's staying in the same hotel with his wife to a different floor or something.
This is what's problem is that's the issue. Is that think about how many meetings he has where he can't be like, oh, I got to go for an hour. It's actually harder to track. Like, if she was dating a broke ass, who'd be like, where are you going? You don't have any business here. He's got business there. It makes it difficult.
I don't know if he's rich, but he could be. I mean, other people could be a broke ass compared to the French president. I'm not sure.
I'm sure he's doing well.
Yeah.
Well, especially since we also found out, I don't want to say she did this specifically, but you might want to use the term groomed.
You might not want to use it. Kenzie does.
Yeah.
I certainly would like to.
Because she's 24 years older than him, and she met him when he was in class at 15 years old, and she was 39.
And she was his teacher.
Yeah.
And her daughter was in that class.
So, how
It's
about
not
your
good.
how about your mom then? If it's not you, how about your mom?
Well, is she down to clown? What's going on here?
So now she's 72, and he's like 47-ish or something.
I think 49 maybe is the
49,
math there.
whatever the math is.
Yeah.
So now let's get to it. Now let's get to the translation from the lip reader that speaks both. I got to get some French music here.
How'd you find this?
I put French music in YouTube.
I can't wait till the lyrics. He accidentally always picks one of the lyrics.
It's like a crunk remix that's about to kick in.
Okay, so we go back to the top of the stairs of the plane. She mushes him in the face. He tries to say, "Hey, let's go down the stairs together." She ignores his offer of an arm, choosing to cling to the railing instead. That's a bad look. That's a cold look. As she passes, this is what the lip reader says. She appears to mutter, "Dégage la spéciale de loser." Now, what do you think that means, Kenzie?
I know you're a loser.
Stay away, you loser.
Not good.
Is that worse than you loser? Like
Yeah.
stay away. Like don't touch me.
Ugh. I love rich people when they like don't even touch me. Gross is how they act. Like I am like, oh, I want to get that way where I'm like, don't even touch me.
Well, you didn't do French there. What was that accent?
I don't know. It's my rich person accent.
She
Don't
sounded like
touch.
Melania.
Do it again.
Don't touch me.
It does sound like Melania.
Well, she's rich.
Yeah, she is.
Got me
Nailed
there.
it.
Now, if you want to remember it in French to say this to your husband, say, "Dégage la peste de loser." Moments later, the lip reader claims Macron, the French president, said, "Essayons s'il te plaît." What do you think that means? To the response, "Stay away, you loser."
Okay.
I might have been just okay. So he says, "Essayons s'il te plaît." That means, in French, "Let's try, please." Which sounds like Tiger saying, "Can you please?"
It does sound like Tiger. Do you want to play the voicemail again? We've got it if you need it.
Can you please?
Please change the name on your phone.
So he says, "Let's try, please." And then, of course, here's Tiger.
It's Tiger. I need you to do me a huge favor. Can you please?
Sounds like it, doesn't it? Can you
Please.
please? He says, "Let's try, please." Oh, no, I lost my French music. That's a shame.
Oh, no, you got to bring it back up. Search French music again. I liked it so
It
much.
was really good. I got YouTube Premium, I pay for that.
None of these ads.
Yeah, I'll make the French president rich ass with YouTube Premium.
Somebody on the text line asked if the French president was an adult poor, which we talked about yesterday. I do not believe the French president is an adult poor.
I don't think so. I don't think he's an
So
adult.
he said what again?
So he said, "Essayons s'il te plaît," which translates, "Let's try, please." And that Tiger tell him, please. Now, you said something that would have been translated easy in English. That's how she responded. No.
No. I've said that.
It's no. So then his closing expression, again, this is the translation from the whole lip reader, a very qualified lip reader reading the French president getting mushed in the face, la mouche. His closing expression and the phrase lip read as je vois. What do you think that means when she says no, when she won't try?
I said je vois. He said what?
You think it's
He said je vois?
yeah, je vois. You think that means say what?
Bitch.
Say what?
Say what?
So she goes, no.
No.
He says, say what?
In Vietnam, what?
That's not what it means. That's incorrect. Je vois. Translated to English means after she said no in trying to try, it means I see.
Say what?
Yes. It'd be much better if it was say what?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Violent break-in at Beanie Babies mogul Ty Warner's California home left woman in a coma. That's very sad.
Man, that's not funny.
No, I mean, let's just get those details out. There was a violent break-in that occurred at his house. This guy, Ty Warner, left a woman in a coma who was not, doesn't seem to be related to him. His wife, he's 81 years old. And the Nevada man faces multiple charges, including attempted murder. He was doing a home invasion, trying to rob the place. She was there, and unfortunately, he beat her. He's in custody, which is great. She's in a coma. Hopefully, we're sending thoughts and prayers to recover from this situation. He was jumped to the ground, by the way. He went to the top floor, and he jumped out the second-story window and landed on the ground and was apprehended by the sheriff's K-9 unit. So imagine jumping out a window to try to escape, and then a bunch of dogs jump on you. It's like a Wile E. Coyote, in a way. The cartoon, the anvil hit him on the head after that, I guess, and they took him into custody. But good, he got caught. But I hadn't heard the word Beanie Babies in a long time, and it said Beanie Babies mogul. That stuck into my head.
Yeah.
That Beanie Babies. And it turns out the guy's name is Ty Warner. I looked him up first. Boy, the damn internet. He's worth $6 billion.
The Beanie Babies guy?
The Beanie Babies guy has a net worth of $6 billion. And he owns the Four Seasons Hotel Network. Four Seasons, pretty nice hotels.
Those are nice.
He bought that with the profits from the 90s Beanie Babies.
Oh. Lucky son of a bitch.
Right? Right?
Ugh.
He was,
The
yeah.
thing that gets me is stuffed animals already existed. So it wasn't like, well, he was the first one to come up with these little fuzzy companions. That's what really gets me.
Yeah.
This is why it's okay to come up with ideas inspired by other people's ideas.
It's okay to rip off. A lot of rich people,
F it.
they borrow the ideas. What? So you're going to make a stuffed animal this afternoon?
I don't know. Stuff with something. What can I do besides beans and stuffing?
Kenzie, that's a brilliant point that I've never thought about. It's not like Beanie Babies were first to market.
No.
We had it covered.
Yeah. There were stuffed animals, teddy bears, like.
Well, they were
They
perfectly
had their
placed.
thumbs up on the side of the street trying to get work. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I have a Bowles Beanie Baby from back in the 90s Beanie Babies phase. It's in one of those totes of my Playboy somewhere.
Are you going to
That's
get rich
nice.
on that?
I don't know. Would anybody pay for a Beanie Baby, a Bowles Beanie Baby?
Open up the phone lines.
They've,
Let's see.
It's kind of like those is it Funko Pops?
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are kind of like the new thing that people collect. They spend too much money on that'll eventually not be worth a lot. Just that's what happens, right? With certain collectibles, cases a bunch. And
Actually, you just described my brother's financial status right now.
Yeah.
Is he invested in Funko Pops and it's not working out great.
it's not going to work out. But think about it. Like action figures already existed. Like this isn't first to market.
The Funko Pop is different than an action figure.
Well, so is a Beanie Baby. It's not a stuffed animal.
Yeah, but the Funko Pop is
Its
different.
head's bigger. Congratulations.
Are you trying to give more cred and flex to Funko Pops
Funko
over
Pop.
Beanie Babies?
Funko Pop is something different, okay? I see a Funko Pop, I go, well, that's interesting, and that's why
See, I've never thought that when I've seen one.
the day the Morrissey Hot Topic exclusive Funko Pop went out, you better believe I was in Hot Topic buying one.
Because it's a worse version of an action figure because it looks even less like them.
But I like the big head. I have a big head. It's nice to see representation.
Well, your big head on one of them is accurate to size. If there's a Funko Pop of you somewhere.
People are not going to know it's a Funko Pop.
Yeah. So, and the thing with Beanie Babies, if you remember that far back in the 90s, the great old 90s, that McDonald's Happy Meals, they were sold with the Happy Meals. Which is interesting because I don't think they were just free in the Happy Meal. I think if you wanted a Beanie Baby, it added extra cost to the Happy Meal.
No, it was the kids' prize.
So
they were different though. I think they were smaller.
Okay, so you could buy the Happy Meal.
The ones that you were buying, they were like mini Beanie Babies.
So you got it free with the Happy Meal.
Yeah, that was like the kids' gift that always comes with it. You always got a toy or whatever.
People were buying Happy Meals to get to the Beanie Baby. I know this because HBO put out a Beanie Baby documentary a few years ago that I watched and greatly enjoyed. I would recommend it. It's on HBO Max. But people were throwing out the food and just keeping the stuffed animal.
Throw out the food?
Because listen, Brian, people were literally traveling to other countries when they found out stores had certain collectible Beanie Babies to get a haul of them, to bring them back, to sell them and flip for profit. So it kind of sucked because there's that cute, mini one for children and a Happy Meal. Kids couldn't even get their hands on them.
Yeah, but I'm going to eat the nuggets that are in there. Still, you throw away. That's abhorrent.
Now, I know there's a larger point you want to make on Beanie Babies, but I do have to ask this real quick because 847 checked in and they're exactly right. Have you guys heard of the current trend, which is Labubu stuffed animals?
Can we say that on the radio?
Labubu?
Why?
I think so.
It sounded dirty.
Be able to say it?
It sounded dirty.
I don't think so. It's a children's toy.
Yeah, I think it's just someone's
Is that the scary smiles?
Yes, and they're everywhere, and people are lining up on Michigan Avenue for blocks at a time so they can get their hands on these things. It's the new incarnation of the Beanie Baby. They're not related, but it's another stuffed animal that people are going nuts for.
But where do you get it on Michigan Avenue?
Someplace. I don't know. I'm
The
not
Labubu store?
The Labubu store.
Hey, Labubu.
Hey, Labubu.
Yeah, I was just afraid someone was going to say, Labubu was when you take the girl's ankles, and I was like, oh, geez, I don't want it,
What?
We're not that kind of show.
Well, we can be, but I just didn't want to make sure I wasn't saying
Well, the thing that's weird about these is that they are terrifying. They're actually kind of scary, so I don't
agree.
get it. They have teeth and stuff. They're freaky.
Okay, Labubu. I haven't seen one. So how you spell Labubu?
Look it up. They're actually kind of freaky looking.
How you spell Labubu?
How do you think it's spelled?
L-A boo boo boo? So B-O-O-B-O-O.
I don't think that. No,
it's used.
Oh, they're used.
B-U-B-U.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
these are
boo-boo.
scary.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not cute. At least Beanie Babies were cute, whatever. But these are terrifying. I don't know why a kid would want one. They're scary. And they're small, which is annoying.
A lot of people checking in there saying, so my Beanie Babies collection is not worth anything anymore? No, it should be fine. I mean, if it was worth anything.
play the long game.
Yeah, well, we already are. That's from the 90s. You're holding on to them for 30 years. They got to be worth something. I will put up maybe one, if I can find the Bulls Beanie Baby in my Playboy box, I will put it up on our Facebook page, Facebook Marketplace, tagged the Q101, and just see what we can get for it. And if I get some decent money for it, I'll give it to God Bless the Gravy. Started off early with our food drive later this year.
That's a lot of promises. I don't know if you can keep.
So many promises. I'm never going to find the thing first.
Well, I know, right?
And people are going to go hungry this holiday season.
Jordan texted in and said, my mom hustled and had a giant trash bag filled with Beanie Babies and told me and my siblings it was going to pay for my college tuition. They ended up just sitting in the basement and they're still there.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to know if they're worth something, if someone's gotten them, for
the
money.
thing is that when you land on something like this, like the Labubus, the Beanie Babies, whatever it is, you have to participate. You can't pull a Brian and go, well, if I save it for 47 years, because it's going to fizzle. You have to sell it. That could have paid for college tuition, probably if she sold them immediately when they were hot. Doesn't have to do it.
You know what sucks? When the Sox won the World Series, that doesn't suck, by the way. I went to the home opener the next year where they gave out the White Sox commemorative championship ring.
Yeah.
So I got one of those. And instantly, so back then in 2006, it was only really eBay to buy stuff.
Yeah.
They were going for $500. It was a little plastic championship ring, and some people were giving $500. And I said, well, then I'm going to hold on this for 20 years. It's got to be worth like $1 million. Literally, not even 3 months later, they were selling for $5 on eBay.
Yes.
Of course. I didn't strike when the iron was hot. That's a very good point, Kenzie.
Yeah. The weird things, obviously there's genuine collectible art or things like that. But the weird one-off that the product itself isn't worth money, you need to sell when it's hot. And Brian a million times could have made a lot of money and has always chose to not. And now he just has products sitting in his house.
Well, I haven't chose not to. I just chose poorly by how I thought I was choosing right.
He made a decision. It was the wrong one.
Correct. Aaron checked in. She was talking, what's those things called? La Boo Boo?
La boo boo.
Hey, La Boo Boo. So Aaron checked in and said, you can get them at the Pop Mart store.
Oh, yeah.
What's the Pop Mart store?
That might be on Michigan Avenue. I don't know what's in the water tower anymore because the store's going, get out of there fast, it seems like lately. But we were just at the outlet mall, she says, in Aurora, Aaron said, and they were $25. They're normally like $100 for the La Boo Boos. But she said they turned out to be La Foo Foo. They were Fugazi. They were Fugazi, as they might say in a mob movie. They were Fugazi.
Wow, if you go to the Reddit page for Labubu, r/Labubu, they're talking about how you can get them at Pop Mart Chicago. That's fascinating.
But where's the location of Pop Mart Chicago?
It's next to the Harry Potter thing that's happening on Michigan Avenue.
Oh, so it is on Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
We got to go get some of those today.
Yeah, we're going to be rich.
Pop Mart's kind of like almost like a toy store, kind of. But like for stuff like this, you know what I mean? Not like more collectibly weird, entertainment-y. Probably Funko Pops would be in there, stuff like that.
I got to go then.
I'm really confused now on what I should be collecting. So La Boo Boo, La Foo Foo.
What's important, Brian, is that you should be spending your money on toys. It's going to pay off.
Hey, Simon says they'll give you $20 for that ring.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to find that now. I don't know where the hell that is. God.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.